Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture on Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 and Rules 1945 Part 1 Introduction. So, what are the learning outcomes of this lecture? After attending the lecture, you will be able to understand the objectives of DNC Act 1940 and you will be able to list out the structure of DNC Act 1940 and DNC Rules 1945. So before we start anything, let me tell you that this act is the heart of pharmaceutical jurisprudence. In a history of pharmaceutical legislation, we have discussed that Drug Inquiry Committee or Chopra Committee was framed and recommendations were given, and based on that recommendation this act was formulated. So if you have not watched that lecture, then watch it using the link given in the description. Now we are going to discuss this act and rules with the latest amendments, and latest amendment was in December 2016. So if you are referring the books which were published before 2016, then you will not find all the things which I am discussing here. So many amendments were there. So I advise to go through the latest act. You may download it using the link I have provided in the description. In this lecture, we will discuss just the overview of the structure of DNC Act 1940 and the Rules 1945. In coming lectures, we will discuss the act in more details. So, what are the objectives of this act? This act provides the regulation of import, manufacturing, distribution, sale of various products like drugs, cosmetics, Ayurvedic, Siddha, Unani, homeopathic, etc. So in short, this act and rules covers almost everything related to the pharmaceuticals. Along with that, cosmetics are also included, and the Ayurvedic, Siddha, Unani, homeopathic system is also included. But this regulation contains import, so means anything is to be imported from outside the India. It may be drug, it may be cosmetic or other products, other related products. So for that the provisions are given. For each and everything license is required. Manufacturing of anything manufacturing of any products out of this, distribution or sale of such products, how the various authorities or various controlling authorities can be formed and what are their functions. So everything is covered in this act. From time to time the act was amended, but we will discuss the latest amendment. So here, what is DNC Act and its rules? So this act contains chapters 1 to 5 and 2 schedules. Rules contains parts 1 to 19 and schedules A to Y. Any law, how any law is made is it is drafted as a bill, then it will pass through the lower house of the parliament, that is Lok Sabha, then it is to be passed through the upper house, that is Rajya Sabha, and then with the signature, with the permission of President of India, it will come as an act. But to support the act, rules are to be framed. Now, in act, there are the chapters and then schedules to support these chapters. Similarly, in rules, different parts are there and schedules are there. So, what are these schedules? Schedule is an appendix or annexure highlighting list or details mentioned in its main text. So, that means in chapters or in parts of the rules, text is mentioned, and to support what are the list related to that provisions are given in a schedule. So in an act there are two schedules, and in a rules there are schedules A to Y. So in an act, as we discussed, there are 5 chapters. So what this chapter contains? Chapter 1 contains introductory part in which various definitions are there. In chapter 2, it contains formation of or constitution of certain controlling authorities like DTAB, CDL, DCC. DTAB means Drugs Technical and Advisory Board. CDL means Central Drug Laboratory. DCC means Drug Consultative Committee. Chapter 3 has the provisions for the import of drugs and cosmetic. Import means from outside the India. Chapter 4 contains manufacturing, sale and distribution of drugs and cosmetic. While chapter 4A contains provision relating to Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs. Means in chapter 4 it is related to drugs and cosmetic, while chapter 4A again manufacturing, sale and distribution related to Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs, while chapter 5 contains some miscellaneous provisions. I told you that there are 2 schedules, the first schedule and the second schedule. So what is the content of schedule 1 or the first schedule? Is the Ayurvedic and Siddha system and Unani and Tibetan system. While the second schedule contains the standards to be compiled by the imported drugs and by drugs manufactured for sale, sold, stocked or exhibited for sale or distributed. So second schedule contains the standards for all these drugs. Now, rules. So in a rules, various parts are there, part 1 to part 19. So what can be the content of these rules? So what is the content of these rules? Part 1 contains preliminary text. Part 2 gives the Central Drug Laboratory, provisions for the Central Drug Laboratory. Part 3 is omitted, so now not existing. Part 4 is for import and registrations. Part 5 is for some controlling authorities like government analysts, inspectors, licensing authorities. Part 6 for sale of drugs other than homeopathic medicines. Part 6 sale of drugs other than homeopathic medicines, while part 6A is for sale of homeopathic medicine. What was the part 6? Sale of the drugs other than homeopathic, while part 6A sale of the homeopathic medicine. What is part 7? Part 7 is the manufacture for sale or for distribution of drugs other than homeopathic medicine, means manufacturing, sale and distributions of other than homeopathic. While part 7A manufacture, sale and distribution of homeopathic medicine. Part 8 is for manufacture but for examination, test or analysis. Here it is not for distribution or sale. Part 9 gives the provisions about labeling and packing of drugs other than homeopathic medicine, while part 9A the same, labeling and packing of homeopathic medicine. 9 is for other than homeopathic, 9A is for homeopathic medicine. Part 10 is special provisions relating to biological and other special products. Biological and other special products. Part 10A is for import of manufacture of new drug for clinical trials or marketing. So how to import the drug for the clinical trials. So provisions for that is given in a part 10A. Part 10B is related to the requirements for collection, storage, processing, distribution of human blood components by blood banks, and the manufacturing of the products related to blood. So that is given in part 10B. Part 11 gives certain exemptions from this manufacturing, sale or distribution provisions. Part 12 gives different standards. Part 13 gives import and registration of cosmetics. So part 13 is for cosmetics. Part 14 is for manufacturing of cosmetics for sale or for distribution. Part 13 was import of cosmetics, while part 14 is for manufacture, sale or distribution of cosmetics. Part 15 is for labeling, packing and standards of cosmetics. Part 15A is approval of institutions for carrying out tests on drugs, cosmetics, raw materials used in manufacture on behalf of licensees for manufacture for sale of drugs or cosmetics. So here this provision is related to the approval for carrying out different tests of drugs and cosmetics. Part 16 is for manufacture of or for sale of Ayurvedic, Siddha or Unani drugs. Part 16A is again approval of institutions for carrying out tests, but for Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs. Part 17 is labeling, packing and limit of alcohol. Many Ayurvedic products contains liberated or self-generated alcohol. So labeling, packing and limit of alcohol in Ayurvedic, Siddha or Unani drugs is given in part 17. Part 18 is for authorities like government analysts and inspectors for Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs, while part 19 is giving standards of Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drugs. So these are part 1 to part 19 are the parts for the rules, but there are schedules A to Y for these rules. So what are these schedules in brief? So schedule A gives list of forms, anything related to manufacturing, sale, import, distribution. So all the forms, all the permission form, all the request forms are given in schedule A. Schedule B gives the fees for test or analysis by the central drug laboratories or state drug laboratories. Schedule C, biological and special products. Schedule C1 is for other special products. Schedule D is for the class of exempted drugs for certain provisions. D1, see this D1 which I have marked with the different color is the new amendment. So it may not be present in the previous or the original Drugs and Cosmetic Acts and Rules. This is included. So D1 gives the information and undertaking required to be submitted by the manufacturer or the agent authorized agent along with the application form for registration certificate. So here, for any request or any permission in an application form, they have to provide some information, and that is given in D1. D2 is the same thing, but that is respect to bulk drug, formulation or special product for its import into India. D1 was for the manufacturing, while D2 is for bulk drug, formulation and special product for import into India. D3 is again same, information and undertaking, but that is for cosmetics. E1 gives the list of poisonous substances under the Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani systems of medicine. Again, this F gives the requirement for the functioning of operation of a blood bank or for the preparation of blood components. So related to blood bank and blood components, that is given in schedule F. In F1, provisions about vaccines, anti-sera, diagnostic agents. In F2, standards of surgical dressings. F3, standards for umbilical taps. FF, that gives the standards of ophthalmic preparations. Schedule G, that gives the list of substances to be taken only under the supervision of registered medical practitioner. So that gives the name of the drugs which are to be given only under the supervision of RMP, while Schedule H gives the list of the drugs which are given only with the prescription of RMP, that is registered medical practitioners. So without prescription, such drugs cannot be given. So the list is given in Schedule H. Schedule H1 is again prescription drugs in which some antibiotics and some habit forming drugs are included. While Schedule J is for the diseases that may not be prevented or there is no cure for such diseases, or in other words we can say that the list of the diseases which are incurable. Schedule K, that gives again the list of drugs exempted from certain provisions. Schedule L1 is for good laboratory practices and requirements of premises and equipment. Schedule M is for GMP, that is good manufacturing practices for pharmaceutical products, while Schedule M1 is GMP for homeopathic medicines. Schedule M2 is requirement of factory premises for manufacture of cosmetics. So in other words, it's a GMP for cosmetics. M3 is quality management systems or GMP for notified medical devices and in vitro diagnostics. Schedule N is list of minimum equipment for the efficient running of pharmacy. Here pharmacy means pharmacy store, medical store, drug store, etc. Schedule O gives the standard for disinfectant fluids. Schedule P is giving life period of drugs. Schedule P1 gives the pack size of drugs. Schedule Q is related to list of dyes, colors and pigments permitted to be used in cosmetics and soaps. Schedule R gives the standards for condoms made of rubber latex intended for single use and other mechanical contraceptives. So Schedule R is for contraceptives. Schedule R1 is for the standards to be confirmed by the medical devices.
Schedule S is for the standards for cosmetics. Schedule T is GMP for Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani medicines. Schedule TA gives the form for record of utilization of raw material by Ayurvedic, Siddha, Unani licensed manufacturing units during the financial year. So how much of this raw material is used and record is to be kept, and for that the form is given in Schedule TA. Schedule U gives the particular to be shown in manufacturing records, but that is for drugs. And Schedule U1 is particular to be shown in manufacturing records, but that is for cosmetics. Schedule V is giving the standards for patent or proprietary medicines, while Schedule X gives the list of psychotropic drugs. Schedule Y gives the requirements and guidelines for permission to import, manufacture of new drugs, for sale, or to undertake clinical trials. So Schedule Y gives the guidelines for clinical trial.
So this was all about the overview of Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and Rules 1945. If you have any doubts, you can contact me on the given details. Thank you.